Hey folks, this is Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. I hope you enjoyed the Switch 2 unboxing and initial setup yesterday. Today, we're going to try out the GameCube controller with Switch Online. Now, I did test the GameCube emulation last night and put up a shorts of me playing Soulcalibur II. I was using the Pro controller for that, so I thought we should do this with the actual GameCube controller and see how it compares. And of course, we will also get a look at the actual controller itself, see how it feels in the hands, see what comes inside this box here, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and pull out this tray. And this feels like an original GameCube controller. Texture on the D-pad, on the sticks, feels the same. Obviously it's different though, because we've got the chat button, the home button, the capture button, the sync button, ZL, ZR, along with the triggers. But on the top at least, it feels just like a normal GameCube controller. On the back we have the Nintendo logo and some required information for FCC and other purposes. But yeah, I like how this feels. It's like a Wavebird and a GameCube controller merged together and became a wireless controller, which to me is a really neat idea. Like, this almost forgoes the idea that you even need to make a Wavebird for the Switch 2, because this kind of is the best of both worlds. But I suppose, for the sake of nostalgia, they could make a Wavebird, but they don't need to. Now let's see if there's anything else in this box. Do we get a charge cord or anything? Yes, we do. There was a charge cord underneath, so that's pretty much it for what's in the box. You get the controller, the charge cable, and a little bit of protection, and that's pretty much it. USB-A at one end and USB-C at the end that plugs into the controller itself. So that seems to be their consistent model on this system. And for compatibility reasons, I can see why they stuck with having USB-A on the dock itself, because that is still what a lot of people have. Not everything has switched to USB-C. So let me move this camera just a little bit so I can step over it and get to the dock. And I'll plug this in. And I'll plug the other end into the GameCube controller. And hopefully something on here will light up immediately. Let's find out. Yes. And it is already controlling the Switch 2. So I need to pan the camera up and show you. I'm not exactly sure why, but I measured both cords, and the Switch 2 Pro controller, that cord seems to be about a foot longer than the GameCube controller. Maybe that's a cost-saving measure, maybe that's the size of the box and they had to fit the cord length they could in the box for the GameCube controller, but you'll notice it if you put them side by side. Anyway, let's look at it in the controllers menu. It shows a GameCube controller plugged in, and it's registered as controller number 2, and it's got the charging logo on it, so that's all there is to see here, I guess. And let's try it out in GameCube on Switch Online. Where is my GameCube? I put them in the Switch Online group, I believe. Yep. So here we have the US version, and here we have the Japanese version. To make everything easy, I'll go with the US version. That'll make the most sense when we're looking at this. And since I haven't played F-Zero GX yet, wait a minute. Why am I not in control with the D-pad now? Is it because this is registering as controller 2? I've lost control here. Yeah, I've got control with the Switch Pro controller, but not with the GameCube controller. So maybe I need to switch the controller order and make this controller number 1. Change order. Alright, we'll make this controller 1, and we'll make this controller 2. See if that makes a difference. Yep, it was just controller order that was messing it up. I'm using the D-pad on the GameCube controller now, and it's working fine. So let's try it out with F-Zero GX and see how it feels. Let's create a save. And create a save file. My handle on there. Everything's so futuristic in F-Zero GX. Even entering your name's gotta sound like you're doing something sci-fi and cool. Yes, register this name. And a long time since I've done this, so I think novice is the appropriate way to go here. Used to play the heck out of this on Nintendo 64 though, when it was F-Zero X, I believe, for GameCube. Alright. I still have that N64 music burned into my head and all the things the announcer used to say, like, yeah, the final lap. Oh yes. I do remember these controls feeling the same on the GameCube. They're kind of slippery, at least at the start. I believe it's not until you finish the first lap that you get quote-unquote boost power. Yep, just like in the other game. Ah, there's that familiar F-Zero music. That's the problem with using boost too much, is you start to overheat. Well, what do I have to lose here? Not much. I at least finished in the top 10, so for being out of practice, I can live with that. It's certainly not the fault of the controller. The controller feels just right. It feels like a GameCube controller to me. So let's go to the suspend menu, create a suspend point, save it. Let's go back to something I'm a little better in. Soulcalibur II. I should already have a save. We'll go back to that. Press start. Maxie has always been my favorite in Soulcalibur. Consistently. Ever since the original Soulcalibur on Dreamcast. Well, I guess not original because Soul Blade precedes it, but Soulcalibur on Dreamcast was the first one I ever played in this series. Oh yeah. This feels good. Oops. Gonna let her come back on me there. Alright. Finish this and then our test of the GameCube controller will be complete. There we go. So you know what? All these controllers have gone up $5 or $10 since the last Switch generation, and if you're cautious about buying them, I totally understand that, but it's hard to beat how this feels. It feels like the real GameCube controller, so personally, I really recommend it, but your mileage may vary on what you want, so for me, it's worth it. I wouldn't buy 4 of them, but I'm glad I have one. This is Mr. MegaManFan, and thank you for watching.